Hi. It's currently 1:53 a.m. and I need to get to bed because I need to be getting up in like 6 hours. Um, but this is the second devlog that I've been working on. I've added some updates to the game. I'm going to be talking about the game design document I've been working on. A lot of the specifics about the design are not set in stone. I feel like a lot of this, when I talk about it, is subject to change at some point. Because I find that during game development, there is like a lot of things that you try that don't work out that you eventually scrap, and there might be some things that'll change. Um, the beginning parts of this game are going to look a lot different than what is actually made. So, whatever I talk about with this game design document might change. I might scrap some or all of this at some point, but I guess that's just part of the process. Um, but anyway, if you like listening to me talk uh, about this, hey, you might like this video. Um, and if you don't, I'm sorry. Go maybe watch another thing. Uh, anyway, here's here's everything else. I haven't taken my medication today, but I got some animations done. Uh, just a second here. I'm making this gun and I'm putting it in the game because I find the idea of shooting teeth really funny, I think. Um, I got a little idle animation for it. I got a little walking animation for it. And I have shooting, but I feel like I still need to work on this. Maybe I need to add more particles. I think these animations in general need more like particle effects. But the reloading animation is my favorite here. This took a few days, I think like 3 days, but I think it looks good. And it took the it took a full 24 frames, and the version of Clip Studio that I have only allows me to do 24 frames of animation, which sucks. I don't have $200 to spend on a premium version, so whatever, you know. Uh, I guess the next step is just putting these in the game. So I'll do that. It's currently 12:13 p.m. This is something I finished the other night, and I forgot to take a video of it, but the gun is functioning. I have all the animations, like reloading, walking, and like shooting. I think I need to edit the shooting animation because I feel like uh, the knockback on this isn't good. Um, I was gonna do like a lot of screen effects, like some kind of like visual shaking of the camera or something like that, but it doesn't it doesn't work because there's no code. I can't shoot this, but I can like press R and watch this cool reloading animation. So you know that's nice, I guess. Hi. This has been embarrassingly difficult to set up. A lot of people in the last video asked me about a potential game document or that I should make a game document. Picking up audio? Hello? The cord fell out. It's still recording and it's still picking up my voice. I don't have like a lot of space. I'm just gonna have to like hold it, hold the cord in, I guess. I'm here with my whiteboard with all of this game design stuff, and I'm here with my giant painting of a clown with a razor blade. They're gonna help me out a lot. I love this thing. Okay, so we should just dive into what I've designed so far. This game is heavily influenced by classic survival horror and a lot of dream emulators like LSD and Yumi Nikki. I think this is a good combination. I've tried this with the last game I made, Welcome Home 2, and I think it worked out really well, although Welcome Home 2 is a very clunky game. When you play that game, you can really see that I was trying to learn how to program. Like there's just like a lot of unoptimized stuff, a lot of spaghetti code. It's very difficult for me to update that game or maintain that game. So I'm just moving on to making another game, I guess. So as you can see here on the board, it's very fuzzy, but I'll try to describe what these are. I don't have a high resolution camera, unfortunately. Here we have on the board 8 Halloween masks. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Majora's Mask. I'm going to be talking about my inspirations intermittently, where I pull things from, because none of this is pulled directly from one thing. It's a lot of little things from a lot of different things. Each of these masks here, we have Piero, we have a jack-o'-lantern, we have a mask that's made out of stitched bed sheets, we have definitely not the haunted mask from the Goosebumps book, The Haunted Mask, we have a dog, we have a chameleon, we have a rabbit, and we have a possum here at the bottom. You can't really see it because I'm kind of in the way here, but each of these do different things. I tried to keep it really, really simple. I think a couple of them get a little less simple, but right over here, the first thing that I need to explain, you can't even read it. I don't know why I'm pointing to this. The main mechanic of this game is going to focus on switching between two different realities. I know that sounds crazy, but truthfully, you're just pressing a button. It brings you from room A to room B. And room B is almost exactly like room A, except it has spooky little guys, or it's slightly different in some way. I got the inspiration from this because, God, it was a Silent Hill game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it was Silent Hill Origins. There was a lot of mechanics based around switching between the really scary version of a hospital and the really, I mean, it was still scary, but there's a hell version of a hospital and the normal version of the hospital. I played this on the PSP of all things, but I remember you had to solve a lot of puzzles switching between these two versions of the hospital. And I got really annoyed that you couldn't do this just by hitting a button. And that's where I came up with this. This has been a mechanic that I've been using in the last two, three games I've made. There's a lot of stuff I still feel like I want to explore with this that I haven't really gotten a chance to yet. I have designed these masks here to interact with this mechanic specifically. Some are more interesting than others. The rabbit here, literally all the rabbit does is give you a little dash, kind of like a dodge roll, and a double jump. It just gives you a lot of acrobatics you wouldn't normally have. The chameleon here, I thought would be, so another, something I should go through, mechanic in this game. There's going to be a lot of NPC interaction, and the NPCs are going to have a lot of dialogue options. And I was playing Disco Elysium, and I really fell in love with the way that they had all of these voices in your head that were giving you suggestions, right? And I really loved the idea that each of these masks basically change your personality and change the dialogue options you have based off of the personality of the mask. And maybe things you notice when you interact with objects can change. The dog is going to notice probably the smell of different things because dogs have a great sense of smell. A lot of this is up in the air. I haven't decided the specifics on the NPC details yet. That is something I have to decide down the road. Anyway, to go back to these masks here, the chameleon is going to let you disguise yourself as objects or NPCs. I had the chameleon mask in Welcome Home 2, and it was mainly used as sort of a stealth mechanic. You could see enemy sight radiuses.
I tried to let it turn the game into more of like a Metal Gear Solid type thing. I don't know if it worked out that way, but in this one, I really liked the idea that this will let you disguise yourself as certain NPCs and or NPCs, objects, different things, right? It allows you to disguise yourself kind of like the spy from Team Fortress 2, and you can walk up to characters, talk to them, and they'll respond accordingly. Mask made out of bed sheets, right? I was thinking it would let you walk through like hazardous areas, kind of like a hazmat suit. But I also liked the idea that this thing can allow you to throw stuff, like throwing your knife or your gun or this. Jack-o'-lantern is something that I thought could like basically using fire. I'm trying not to make something that is like too overpowered. Like I don't want you to use any of these more than any other. I want these to be each generally useful. There might be a little too much. I might have to cut a few of these out. But the jack-o'-lantern, right? The jack-o'-lantern is supposed to let you use, I think, matches. I couldn't really think of anything beyond this. Maybe you could breathe fire, although I think that might, although that would be easy to program, I'm having trouble figuring out how that can be balanced, because I feel like the player would just be wanting to set things on fire all the time, which, you know, might be fun. I might actually consider that. Before I get to the Piero mask and the misanthrope mask, the haunted mask from Goosebumps, I'm going to talk about the dog and the possum because these two are much more simple than these two. The dog mask, this might be a terrible way to design the game, but I do think the idea that when you put on the dog mask, you can't have like normal conversations with people, just like in real life. The only dialogue options you're going to have is like barking noises, which I think is funny. And I think that's the only reason I want to add it to the game. The possum here, I thought it would be a neat idea that there could be types of NPCs in the game that you would be able to talk to because they're dead. Like if there is a ghost, I like the idea that the possum mask would be able to open up a dialogue with that. I have these vivid images in my brain of like walking up to some roadkill next to the road and having a conversation with the roadkill. I think that's very interesting. The Piero mask, I'm calling the two rooms, room A and room B, real space and dream space. Anyway, so this mask is supposed to let you pull something from dream space to real space and vice versa, basically like switching objects between the two room variations. I like the idea that it lets you enter paintings like they're a door. I like the idea that if you use it on an NPC or an enemy or an object, it'll allow you to like figure out secret information that you wouldn't otherwise know. Anyway, the misanthrope mask. This mask is something that I've been having a lot of trouble figuring out the mechanics of. It's a mask that is entirely based off of like strictly NPC interactions, and the ability the mask has is the ability to like induce nightmares in an NPC. I'll have to figure out the lore and the specifics of that and what that would look like. It is a mask that is going to hurt people and greatly affect your relationship with different NPCs and different characters and different stuff. I like the idea where this thing, when you put it on, it latches to your head and it won't let go unless you inflict the ability on something. It's kind of something that you really need to use only when you need it, because if you don't, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna make you feel bad. But anyway, weapons. I have weapons here. Like we have a knife, we have like a morning star, we have a baseball bat, and then we have like a staple gun and a tooth gun. Trying not to get too complicated with the weapons. A lot of classic survival horror has very, very simple weapons. I'm not trying to make a Doom game. This isn't going to be very fast-paced. This is going to be very atmospheric. It's going to be kind of limited resources sort of stuff. But anyway, the next thing I have to talk about is the lore of the game and the story of the game and the main character. Like, what is this game about? Like I've talked about the game mechanics here. I've talked about the masks, the weapons, the real space dream space ability, but I haven't really talked a lot about the lore. So this game is based on it is directly taken from a graphic novel that I've been writing. I think I'm like 70 pages into it at this point. A lot of it I haven't uploaded because I'm still working on a lot of different pages. This whole game is supposed to take place in very like two chapters in the whole book. What I'm going to do, because I don't really want to spoil what the story of this game is just by me clinically talking to you in front of a whiteboard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an introduction to this story, and I'm going to give you no further context. Hi. Uh, yeah, that's the story. I'm not gonna give any explanation on that. I have almost an entire novel's worth of story with this. I have a beginning, middle, and end in mind. I do not want to spoil what that is. If you want to read the graphic novel, I'll put a link in the description. The graphic novel is not done, but you can read the first 2 chapters that I've illustrated. I think it's around like 50 pages. There is chapter 3 that I'm working on, but I very quickly got distracted with this game project before I finished that, so I don't know which one is going to come out first. I'm really enjoying making this. I'm really enjoying making this game. It feels good when I make something that is as artistically demanding as a video game. I have to handle programming, I have to handle sound design, I have to handle animation. I kind of have to handle everything. I have a lot of other people that are going to be helping me with this project, but I'm going to make some kind of demo myself before I ask any help from them. The demo is only going to be focusing on maybe 1 or 2 weapons and maybe just 2 masks. I'm not trying to make it overly complicated. Once I have that done, I will be able to ask my other developers for a lot of different assets. I have a lot of animators, I have a lot of writers. It's going to be fun. I'm very excited about this. So please, if you enjoy this, I'll be uploading more videos like this. I like documenting this. It's fun, and people seem to enjoy it. I hope I don't sound like an insane person when I talk about this stuff, because I don't know how to end this video. Here's a picture of a... Yeah, enjoy that. It's a good picture. Oh my god. How long is this video?